Nnamdi Kanu to defend himself in court as trial resumed March 21st. Welcome back to another update. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, depending on where you're watching me from. I'm bringing these very updates. Some days ago, I brought update of Nnamdi Kanu's case being assigned to another judge after Benita Nyako recused herself from Nnamdi Kanu's case because she was unable to handle the case, even though the federal government was forcing it down her throat, blackmailing her with her husband and their son, corruption case, whatever it is there. And the Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of indigenous people of Biafra, was never arrested. Rather, he was kidnapped by Nigeria government, tortured for 8 days in Kenya before he was illegally renditioned back to Nigeria. Nigeria broke international law, which Supreme Court confirmed that Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped by Nigeria government. And they insist on trying him. Court of Appeal discharged and acquitted him of all charges. And they are still insisting on trying him. Well, Nnamdi Kanu is going to defend himself in court coming on Friday, 21st of March 2025. So stay tuned, because I'll be bringing the update here. And please turn in once you get notification. Well, before I continue with this very update, because we're going straight to this very update before we continue with the analysis, I would like to welcome all the new and old subscribers. If you're coming across my channel for the first time, please kindly click the red subscribe button. Turn on the notification bell right beside it to enable you get notification once I upload a new video. Leave your comment in the comment section and please turn it. So the news headline says Nnamdi Kanu to defend himself in court as trial resumes March 21st. Today being 18th of March 2025, his brother Emmanuel Kanu disclosed this in a statement on Tuesday on behalf of the family. The leader of indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, has decided to defend himself in court when his trial resumes on March 21st, 2025 at the Federal High Court in Abuja. His brother Emmanuel Kanu disclosed this in a statement on Tuesday on behalf of the family. We all know that it's going to be very hot. As defeated the zoo in their own court. This is not the first time, and he's going to do it again, because Nnamdi Kanu committed no crime. His only crime is asking for freedom, and the total is it of his people from Nigeria. A call for freedom is not a call for war. A call for self-determination is not a call for war. But in Nigeria, once you talk about freedom or is it in Nigeria, you become a threat, you become a target. If Britain is not complicit in the kidnap of Nnamdi Kanu, why are they silent? Their citizen was kidnapped in Kenya, tortured for 8 days before he was illegally renditioned back to Nigeria, because they do not want their business empire and biggest zoo in Africa to divide. They don't care if he's working or not, as long as they are benefiting, as long as they are stealing the natural resources in building their own country. They do not care. But we must continue. According to the statement, Kanu's decision to represent himself aimed to ensure a fair hearing without the legal delays that have plunged in his case. It reads, on Friday, 21st March 2025, when the trial of Nnamdi Kanu resumes before Justice James Motosho at the Federal High Court Abuja, he will be taking the bold step of defending himself in court. The statement described this move as a turning point in a case that has exposed concerns about the Nigerian government, about Nigerian judiciary's handling of matters linked to Biafra's self-determination. Okay? The absence of traditional legal representations will dismantle the use as my lord pleases, constraint that govern judicial proceedings in Nigeria that has for decades allowed the court to brazenly subvert the case of justice under a cloak of difference that shield rather than expose injustice. The very foundation of the institutional bias that has long plagued this case will be laid bare of the world to see. It continues. The family also linked Kanu's decision to his successful push for the recusal of Justice Benita Nyako, who had presided over the case. The statement said this decision by Nnamdi Kanu comes on the heels of successful forcing the recusal of Justice Benita Nyako, who presently defied the Supreme Court of Nigeria through her selective implementation of the termination contained in their judgment. She was hell-bent on convincing a person for exercising a right that the laws of Nigeria stated unambiguously that he could. The statement further criticized the federal government's handling of the case, calling it prejudicated and unfair. The handling of this case by the federal government has been marred by prejudice, and unfairness from day one. Onyendu's shift for self-defense underscores our distrust in a system perceived to be stacked against us at the cause he championed and the cause he champions. It also places as immense burden on Justice Omotosho to uphold the principles of fair hearing, fair trial, and the rules of law, principles that have too often been undermined in this politically charged sham trial. It warned that the global community is watching how the judiciary handles the trial. The world is watching any failure by Justice Omotosho to ensure justice is not only done but seen to be done will further erode confidence in a judiciary already criticized for its selective implications of the law. The stake could not be higher, and the implications of this trial extend far beyond the courtroom. After Justice Nyako's recusal, the case has been reassigned to Justice Omotosho. Justice James Omotosho. Kanu had previously challenged Nyako's continued handling of the case during his last court appearance. Kanu has been held in solitary confinement at the Department of State Service headquarters in Abuja since his controversial arrest and extradition from Kenya in June 2021. Okay, that is it. People of goodwill, lovers of freedom, Biafrans. Now we're going to the analysis, and I'm going to start the last part of this very update. He's saying since his controversial arrest and the extradition from Kenya. First, Nnamdi Kanu was never arrested. He was kidnapped, which Supreme Court confirmed. Nigeria broke international law. Nigeria government went as far as Kenya to kidnap a British citizen. Nnamdi Kanu denounced Nigerian citizen. He was never a Nigerian citizen in the first place because Nnamdi Kanu's passport has Biafra in it. Birth certificate. Sorry, not just passport. His birth certificate has Biafra in it. He was never a Nigerian citizen. So Nigeria went as far as Kenya to kidnap a British citizen and a freedom fighter that asked for nothing but the freedom of his people. Tortured him for 8 days and illegally renditioned him back to Nigeria, and Britain has done absolutely nothing about it because they are complicit. They don't want their business empire and bigger zoo in Africa to divide. They don't care if it's working or not. And to think that we have a fools that always allow themselves to be used as a willing tool against their people is very sad. Very, very sad. We are fighting for our freedom. Those that betrayed Hamadike, those that sold Hamadike out, those that gave out his information and his location. What have you people achieved? Are you people free now? Are the problems going on stopped? The answer is no. You people had the audacity to sell this man out for fighting for your freedom and your children and generations' freedom. You think he is fighting for his freedom? He can decide to remain in Britain for the rest of his life. It's you that will still be struggling and crying for help. But he risked his life, his safety, his peace, everything. He staked it for you to be free. And you people thought that the bribe the oppressors will give you people will solve your problems. You people don't know the kind of cost you people brought upon yourself. Those of you that have hand in his kidnap don't really know the kind of cost you people brought on. Like the way the gullible, one Nigeria enablers and the flavorful Sabon Tika, those that allowed themselves to be blinded by jealousy and envy, wrote petition against the Prime Minister of Indigenous People, Biafra government. The Prime Minister of Biafra government, Simon Ekpa Njoko, a guy that took it upon himself to defend the Biafra land, to make sure Biafrans are safe. After the kidnap of Nnamdi Kanu, the enemies decided to allow the mantle to be, this very mantle of freedom, to be trampled and be mocked by the enemies of our freedom. And he picked that very mantle up. Our PM Mazi Simon Ekpa picked that very mantle up, making sure that Biafra spirit is still alive and wasn't. The same way they betrayed the Hamadike is the same way they wrote petition against him. Anybody that comes out to fight for Biafra, you see gullible fools allowing themselves to be a willing tool to the oppressors. Look at where we are today. And some of you think that you are doing PM or you're doing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You people are doing yourselves. Because they are the ones risking their safety, their freedom and everything to make sure you are free and you have a place you can call home, a place you can bring your children back to. Because many of you have children abroad. Even some of you married white people thinking, oh, you have achieved, you have landed. Especially those of you that were making videos up and down. You people are no longer making videos. It's no longer Simon Ekpa every day. Now, some of you are calling on the EU and the UN to come to your rescue. And they come and they challenge Nigeria government to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Well, he's going to defend himself. Coming Friday, 21st of March, he's going to teach Nigeria government their own law. Since they don't know their law. Since they don't know their own law, he's going to teach them their law and he's going to defeat them again. Simple and perfect. He's going to defend himself in court because he committed no crime. His only crime is asking for freedom. Conducted peaceful referendum, let my people choose if they want to remain in Nigeria or go with Biafra. They turned his call for freedom to war. Well, Biafrans, I'll stop here. Let me read a comment from Biafrans. First person said, Hamadi can do better. Let him defend himself. Another person said, let this guy go and let's face our issues. Things are too hard in Nigeria. Kanu and Natasha are not our problem. Another person said, simple and perfect. Boko Haram and bandits are defended by soldiers and their kind are all in the same country. Okay. Another person said, might I even free this man? Make we see what's him. One saw first, okay. Another person said they should free this man and stop disgracing themselves. He has proven beyond doubt that he can never be bent, no matter how hard the Nigeria government tries, okay. Another person said another book to Zoological Republic. Another person said Unity beggars will still complain on why he's defending himself, okay. Another person said, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the bold Nigerian government cannot spit out and cannot swallow. He's going to defend himself and he's going to win again. Exactly. I'm going to stop with this very comment. You see this very comment, I'm going to stop here. He's going to defend himself and he's going to win Nigeria government in their own court again. Victory remains ours. So that is it, dear friends. I'll stop here. Stay tuned to Friday. Amadike is going to defend himself in court and I'm going to bring the update here. Thank you all. Don't forget to share, turn in, subscribe, and leave your comment at the comment section.